it took forever for me to get through. I'm sorry about that. No, it was the hardest thing because, you know, after seeing him leaving, I felt so totally bad. You have no idea. No, as he was leaving, I was just thinking, I'm far away and I'm outside watching him going to the bus to leave, and I was just like sitting there like alone, isolated. It was like I was away from my only love, my obsession. That's what it totally seemed like. And so I was sitting there for a while and I thought, well, wait, why don't I fill out a fountain pen, and I've got paper, and I'll just, you know, look at the lines and the contours of his face. You know, like I hadn't seen him before. But I decided I'd start defining the piercing eyes. I know his little pointed nose that I love so much, and those tender lips. I feel so bad that he was going, so I decided to feverishly draw, and I would sketch, I would capture his image. I was staring, I was gazing. At the same time, I was memorizing his every detail. But the thing is, he never looked back. He was on his way out, so I just decided that I'd sit there and draw until my pen actually ran out. I couldn't believe it. So, and then after he left, he was going off on the bus, and I decided while I was outside, I'm gonna I found a stick in the ground, and I actually wrote his name in the ground. And you know, this was right over by the church where the bus took him off from, and I was just thinking of the preacher there, and he was just like saying, oh, the preacher says, you know, the #1 sin is lust. Well, then I'm condemned to hell. I'm sorry, because I want him. And I don't care what preacher says, because, you know, if those elements wash away his name tonight, I'll come back every day to write it again. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I think I got the hold on a second. Ellen, hi. Oh, how are you? It's been weird. Well, the thing that was, oh God, you were talking about that thing from a couple of weeks ago. Well, I was sitting at the front seat of Lisa's car, and I can't even remember if it was a rental or the one that she borrowed from her dad or somebody else, because she didn't have one at the time. And my face and my chest was like sunburnt. I could feel the top layer of my skin burning. I always had to dress up when I was around her. I mean, she always looked like the prettier one, so I always felt like I had to do something more. And I was sitting there in the car with her, and she was putting on her burgundy lipstick while looking in the rearview mirror. No. You know, my dad always hated her. Anyway, so she finally finished putting on her burgundy makeup, and she lit up her cigarette, like, I think it was a menthol, with the car lighter. And I asked her, because we had just pulled into that strip mall, I think it was on Davis Boulevard, I don't know what it was, and David, who was sitting in the back seat, he got out and he went in, and the thing is, he sounded really down and quiet. Normally he's very talkative, and I'm like, Lisa, what's up with David? What's going on? And she's like, well, I think actually that he's like, you know, I know he's going in to get smokes, like Marlboros or something, because he always had to get something that was cooler than the ones that they would get in Canada, because they always had like 2 rows of 10 versus 2 rows of 7 and 1 of 6, and the cigarette packs, and they were shorter or whatever. But it was the closest thing that I could find. But she was saying that he was feeling bad because he was going through the withdrawal or something, like he had no cocaine, and he had like the shakes or something. Well, I don't know if he was having the shakes. It was just whatever you get when you don't have cocaine for a while. At least that's what he was going through. And so I was sitting there mad after she told me that, because, you know, he was all screwed up in this whole trip in the first place. And the other weird thing is that he wouldn't even bother telling me this. And then when he got back in the car, I had to act like absolutely nothing happened. I know. Well, what was I supposed to do about it? Well, I have to act like a... Oh, hold on a second. No, it's Steve. No, he's been calling me. I can't help. He's been calling me, and I don't know how many voicemail messages I have. I think I have to take this one. Maybe I'll actually shut him up. All right, thank you. Hi. Yes. Yeah, I know. Yes, you're right. I'm answering this now because I just wanted to tell you to please put it to rest. I can't even think anymore. I have a life to lead, and all you do is you come to me and you remind me, and I don't want you to come to me anymore. Don't come to me anymore. Don't talk to me. Don't love me. The past may be vivid in your mind, but your wretched, pathetic acts are... well, I'm sorry. No, I have to live in the present, and I'm sorry, but I can't go back to what we had. I don't know how many years, 2 years, it doesn't matter. I know how we were in the... Yes, you screamed in the car at me to pull over. You wanted me to stop. I was driving too fast, you said, so I slammed on the brakes and turned off the engine. Yeah. Well, you know, when I turned off the engine, I wanted to get out of that car and run. Run until I lost myself. No, but what you don't know is, at the same time, when I got out, I wanted to fall. I wanted to feel the cold, sharp rocks cutting into my face and slicing my skin. Oh no, versus the pain that you put me through, I actually wanted pain to feel good again. I mean, you were sitting in the car clueless to the thoughts going through my head, to the nausea, to the surrealism. So I would just want to stand outside my car, feeling the condensation of my breath rolling past my face in the wind. It was a constant nagging reminder that I still had to breathe. What? I know. All right. You wanted to know what I did afterward? Fine. I drank a lot. You know that extra bottle of vodka that you had left at my place? Yeah. I was going through that, and I was starting on a second one, too. No. I was drinking that final swig of vodka, feeling it burn its way down my throat. I was even actually hissing, and it's scorching my tongue before I reached for the bottle to pour myself another. You know, thinking of you, I thought of how my tonsils screamed every time I let the alcohol rape me. And then I'd look down at my hands, shaking, holding that glass of poison, and think of how these were the hands that should have pushed you away from me, but didn't. I keep wondering why I took your hell, took your poison. I remember how you burned your way through me. You corrupted me from the inside out, and I kept coming back. I let you infect me, and then you burned a hole right through me. I hated it. Now I have to rid myself of you. And my escape is flowing between the ice cubes in the glass nestled in my palm. So goodbye. Because I have to drink more. Because the burning will never last as long as he does. You know, I don't have a smartphone. I have a vengeful phone. Because it always seems to speed dial my ex when I happen to be yelling about how much I hate him on it. So I think it's a vengeful phone. It's not a smartphone. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hi there, and thank you for coming and welcome to the Cabaret. I was like, well, you know, nobody wants to start and people aren't here right away, so I'm just going to act like I'm on the phone. Because how many times do you walk down the street and it's like somebody's like telling you about how their gynecology exam was, and they're yelling this out to people, right? So I'm just like, I think, you know, people tell too many stories like that. Hi, by the way.